getting one run at a time, basically. And I've got to the point where now it's basically like the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race. And offensively, the Knights have been slow, but they've been steady, of course. You have 2 home runs. That's kind of hard to call slow, but coming in increments, which is exactly what you needed.
And this is the sign of a good team. They faced adversity against Ferrum early on last week, and they faced adversity early on here. So
Johnson.
And an error, though.
Indeed, an error from number 1, Grayson Gully. Rare error from him today. He's been very reliable in the infield. It's now St. John Johnson at first with Nate McCallum up to bat and Seth Lloyd on deck.
Now batting for the Knights, number 28, Marcelino Leonardo.
In fact, they will make a change. Instead of Nate McCallum, it will be Marcelino Leonardo. We have not seen him bat at all today. But again, we've talked about the power that he has behind his swing. Watches that one.
And as said earlier, Marcy does lead the team in runs scored. So this is a good spot for the team to be in. Throwing him back into the order.
And Johnson getting back to first. It's a 0-1 count. Leonardo was reaching for that one. Makes it an 0-2 count. Once again, trying to get Johnson at first. Leonardo gets the bat on the ball that time, and another error in the infield. And safe at second, so that error that time from number 12, Keelan Lamar. So 2 uncharacteristic errors in the infield now has the Knights with runners on first and second. Now we're at the back at the top of the batting order with number 34, Seth Lloyd, with Will Parker on deck and still just 1 out.
And sometimes to win these games, you need breaks. You need the bounces.
Yeah.
And so far, the Knights have gotten that in this inning.
Absolutely. It's all about what skill do you possess, how well do you execute, and how much does the other team not execute at certain points, right? It's basically the first team to blink.
Especially in a game like this when it's been stagnant and see another error.
And so you have runners now on second and third with Leonardo at second and Johnson at third. And again, you also mentioned the fact that Lloyd has been able to get on base every single time he's been up to bat, so that bodes well for Southern Virginia. Even if he just walks to first, now that makes it to where you have bases loaded and you'd have Will Parker following up Lloyd.
Can't ask for a much better spot than this right now.
And the fact that you've already gotten back the lead with the home run, again, it gives you some room to play with. That's a little to the outside, make it a 2-0 count. So it makes it to whereas if you take a chance, you try to steal a base, or you try to put a lot of power into a swing, either way, you still got the lead and you can rely on your defense a little bit. A little high strike makes it a 2-1 count. Hit out into left field. That's a foul ball, but would have been a great placement if it stayed in.
Might have gotten 2 runs there if it stayed in.
Indeed, very likely that would have been the case. That makes it a 2-2 count. That pitch from Knight just a little low. That makes it a full count. And I love the patience you're seeing from Johnson there. He could have very easily justified trying to steal home plate.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, it hits out the left field.
There it is.
And it drops. That'll bring in one runner. That's Johnson. Johnson gets his second run today.
Smart decision by Leonardo to hold up at third. Realized he wasn't going to make it to home in time. And there's still only one out in the inning.
Absolutely. The score now 4 runs to 2 in favor of Southern Virginia. Runner on first and on third. Now with Parker up to bat. I mean, honestly, we talked about how stagnant it has been offensively for Southern Virginia since St. John's home run in the third. But to come back like this and have all these plays set up for you, easy out at first, possible double play. Lloyd is safe at second. So close. The Comets players are stunned. So Lloyd advances
He scores
to second.
too.
Indeed, yes. Leonardo got home and makes it 5 runs to 2. And Daines will be up to bat. But I mean, you talk about a close call there. You could have easily not gotten that run, had Lloyd out at second, pull off a double play for the Comets.
Yeah, the throw is just a little bit too high for the tag, I guess.
Another single here and possibly a run for Lloyd. Indeed, Lloyd gets home and makes it 6 runs to 2.
Floodgates have opened up.
They really have. They have been very, very much closed throughout the majority of this game, but the Knights, my goodness, we talk about the response they needed offensively. They needed something to happen, something to give. And when we said you needed something to give, we didn't mean that, all the water